And back to WNBA star Brittney Griner's detention in Russia. What might it take for a deal to set her free? A prisoner's swap could be part of the Kremlin's terms. Russia could ask for Viktor Bout, a Russian arms dealer who is currently serving a 25-year sentence in federal prison. Bout is known as the Merchant of Death and is serving time for conspiring to sell millions of dollars worth of weapons to people he believed wanted to kill Americans. Russian officials have pressed for the former Soviet military officer's release in the past. And now Russian state TV is linking the possibility of Griner's future to Bout's. I'm joined by Kash Patel, former Chief of Staff to Acting Secretary of Defense. Nice to see you, sir.
Good to be with you. Thank you.
So what are your thoughts, sir, on how to get Brittney Griner home?
Well, when I was Deputy Assistant President, I ran his counterterrorism programs at the White House, and the hostage rescue mission fell thereunder. And we were proud to bring home 54 hostages and detainees under the President Trump administration. And what you do is you do this work methodically and quietly and put all options on the table. I noticed you mentioned Viktor Bout. It's one of the most prized convictions for the Department of Defense in recent modern history. And there's no price too high for receiving an American hostage back home, including this one. And so I'm glad negotiations are ongoing. I just don't know how realistic it is to release Viktor Bout, as you mentioned, the Merchant of Death, who's been made infamous in some Hollywood movies, for this one American citizen. I think there's other ways to do it. As you mentioned, we've done spy swaps in the past, and there's also Russian missions here in America that have been closed down, such as consulates and Russian properties, and those can be on the negotiating tables before we release an individual like Viktor Bout, who's literally responsible for the deaths of tens of thousands of people.
Is it? There was a guest on earlier tonight that said that we'd have to wait till the end of the trial. Well, this trial could take for a very long time in Russia. And you look at the condition that this WNBA star or any American is serving in Russian prison. Is there any way to accelerate it so we don't have to wait? That if there's going to be a prisoner swap, if there's going to be a deal, let's move.
One at this level, there is. One at this level has to go to Vladimir Putin. And make no mistake about it, in Russia, Vladimir Putin is the person in charge when you deal with any American detainee who's held there unlawfully or, from their perspective, they think lawfully. And so the trials there, as you know, Greta, are mostly for show and have a predetermined outcome. It's not like the United States judicial system here. And so, yes, a high-level engagement or an emissary sent to Russia, to Moscow, be it at the State Department level or an appointee of the administration to represent hostages, such as there is in America, can go to Russia or can go to a mutually beneficial country such as Switzerland. We've done constant hostage negotiations with Iran to explicate Brittney from this tragic scenario sooner rather than later.
You have any idea how many Russians we have in prison here in the United States? I mean, what's our universe of possible negotiations?
So look, as a former federal prosecutor and national security prosecutor at DOJ for multiple administrations, we have thousands. And so Viktor Bout is the famous one, infamous one, who's tied directly to Vladimir Putin with a personal relationship there. And that's why I think they are running sort of a reverse operation. They want him back desperately, so they're sort of leaking to the world media that this is the guy we want. It's not someone who we would, I believe, pony up to bring Brittney back home. But like I said before, if that's a way to do it, it should be entertained, absolutely. But there are others there that have done committed espionage acts that we can be trading for.
All right. How about any? I mean, this is a high-profile American, obviously a big prize to Putin because she's high-profile. Any idea how many Americans are in custody in Russia that are possible people to be bargained for?
Yeah, I spent years working on at least two that I can recall, and I don't want to put their names out there publicly, and I believe there's still three more in Russian custody that we've been trying to get back. We successfully retrieved one or two, if I last recall, in my previous role at the White House. And so it's possible that multiple people can be. The advantage of having a high-profile scenario is it draws attention not just to the one, but as you highlighted, to the multiple Americans that are being detained. So you can almost negotiate a package deal. The problem right now is relations with Russia right now are not great from an American to a Russian standpoint.
Kash Patel, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Have a great evening. Happy 4th.